Welcome to Geek Herring, a critical geek culture podcast where we talk about intersectional and inclusive feminism in a male-dominated environment. Hi, I'm Amanda, and with me today is my wonderful, amazing, and having a really great week co-host, Bonnie. Hi,
Hello.
I'm Bonnie.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, how are you? How are
I'm
you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, it's a week. I already don't like it, and it's only Tuesday.
Mm,
So this is
I
really
understand.
great. But yeah, other than that, it's fine. I just wanna lie in the corner or in a hole and let the world pass me by, but that's not happening. So here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah,
Two thumbs up.
two thumbs up. It's true. We're trying. We're trying to make
We're
the best
we're
of it.
trying our best. I'm in that I'm actually, sorry, are you sitting down for this? I'm actually taking a vacation.
Holy shit! Who the fuck are you?
I know, I know. I'm actually taking time off of work, going away on a
Wow.
vacation with my friends, and I'm not taking work
Holy
for the
shit.
and I think it's the first time that I am actually taking time off and not taking work, like going somewhere and not taking work with me for a whole week.
Yeah,
Um,
big ass mood.
it I don't think I've ever done this before. Like since working for myself, I have had time off like over Christmas when like all of the companies shut down, but you don't really go anywhere, you don't do anything, you just like chill out at home or something. Um, but I'm taking an honest to God holiday with friends and no work. And of course, the week and a half leading up to it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to work. I just wish I was on
Yeah.
holiday right now. So that's how I'm doing. I'm like, yay, I'm already on holiday mode and I cannot be on holiday mode.
Especially paired with it being the week before your holiday, which is tentatively always the worst fucking time because you have to just make sure everything gets done before you actually go on holiday. It's a bad time to bad situation to be in and to
It
not want to
is.
finish what you have to do because
I know.
you're going away. I
Doing my
tried to
best
do
though,
that
doing my best.
once since I started to work for myself, and then I ended up borrowing somebody's iPad in Marrakesh to be able to do some work there. So did not work. It did not
Oh,
work to not work during in a week. Um,
yeah.
this I think it would be different this time with the current client situation, but it wasn't back then. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
Gemma in chat has asked where I'm going. So I will tell you, I'm going to a house on a lake out west in Northern
Ooh,
Ireland. With there's seven of us going.
nice.
Seven of us going. It's right on the lake in the middle of nowhere. This beautiful, newly renovated, like holiday home um,
Aw.
that my friends have been going to for like 10 years. And we've been invited this year because another couple no longer wants to go. So we have been upgraded to friends that go away for Easter break.
Oh,
So
nice. That's really
and
nice.
don't work. Don't work.
Don't work.
Sorry, I'm
What's
very excited.
I understand. I would be too. I would be too. Also, I just love like and I say this as if that happens to me ever, but it never happened. But going away with friends on holiday, best fucking thing ever. Well, that's not true. We did it once. We did it once, but we're not usually because we don't have any friends here anymore. So we don't meet anyone, and let alone go on holiday with anyone. But yeah,
Rude.
I love that for you. It's so cool.
The last
The
time we
one
went
you
away
were
with
maid of
friends
honor
on
for,
holiday,
right?
the one I was maid of honor for, yeah. The last time I went away with friends on holiday was in May or June 2017 with my co-host of the Crowded Tavern, Marty, and a group of our friends. And it's the same week that I started working online just to try it out. And I was writing games articles all day, every day for like that entire fucking trip. And I was like,
Hmm.
hmm, this is just a taste of my life now.
Yeah. Welcome to self-employment.
Yep. Hmm.
Deep sigh. That deep sigh.
Regrets were maybe made, but also not.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, there are some massive regrets that I have, and then there are some other regrets that I definitely don't have. Like the time. Gemma is just echoing the deep fucking sigh
Deep
with all
sigh.
caps.
Hmm.
There are just some things that I just can't ever imagine being different anymore, and then there are other things that I really wish were fucking different.
Right, like taking time off and being able to actually just like leave your work at the door.
Those that I also would love to get like holiday pay, where I just
Mm-hmm.
get double paid twice a year for nothing, like for no
Mm-hmm.
reason whatsoever. Like that makes a massive difference if I have suddenly an additional income.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Also, shitting on company dime. That's something I would love.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what Gemma says. When I take time off, it's twice the work before and twice the work after. It's exhausting, and it's really true.
It
It's so
really
fucking
is.
exhausting.
It really is because that work doesn't get done
I know.
if you're not there to do it. It's not
I
like
know.
you, one of your coworkers is just going to do it.
No.
But here we
Honestly.
are.
Here we are. But I still enjoy waking up at 10 a.m., going for breakfast on
Same.
Friday morning. That's still what that's still apparently good enough.
Yep. Good
Uh,
times.
cool beans. Okay.
Ugh.
Should we dive into it?
We should, because as much as I would love to just talk about how much I'm looking forward to having a holiday, did I mention, by the way, that I'm not working on my holiday?
I don't think I've heard that before. Could you
Random
elaborate on it,
information,
please?
yeah. So as much as
Random
I would love to
information.
just have this entire episode, imagine me next week and we'd be like, I'm going on holiday in
I'm
2 days.
going on holiday.
2 days. We're supposed to go on the Wednesday, but the Crowded Tavern is on the Wednesday, so I've actually pushed it back a week or a day. I'm like, well, we'll just have to join you on the Thursday. Um,
Cool. That's still
but
great.
yeah, we're not here to talk about it. So we're here to do Geek Girl in the news.
That's true. We had a jingle for it.
Of course,
Girl
we
in
have
the
a jingle
news.
for
I
it.
remember now.
It's been so long since we've done one of these
It's
episodes that
true. We
you
haven't
don't
in a
remember how
while.
they work. But I will never forget the jingle.
Thank you. Because it was always your jingle. Because they could
I know,
never replicate the greatness of your jingle.
I know.
It's true. It's Geek Girl in the news time again. One time. What? One time? Once. Never mind. For March 2023. Whatever. Time's relative anyway.
It might be our first one in a while, but
I don't even remember the last one we did. We wanted to do one that then we didn't do that one, wasn't it?
that's true. There was something else that came up, and then something else that came up, and we just kept
It's
pushing it
true.
off like
Yeah.
for weeks.
And
And now
then
I think it's been
months were
months.
over.
And anyways, we're here.
It's true.
We're here. We're finally doing it.
We're sorry. We're finally doing it. Sorry, that just came out of nowhere. Anyway,
Hate you. Anyway, so our first article. Let's talk about it.
I know, not great.
Not great. So, the GDC Game Developers Conference, which was last week, I believe. Was it last week? Um,
Good question, actually.
has been
Not a great place to be,
not
apparently.
a great
Because
place to be at all. Go ahead.
after the conference, a lot of people complained about harassment and abuse and assault and drink spiking at the event. Like, what the actual fuck, man?
What the actual fuck? Um,
And I think there's always like women in the games industry and in the IT industry it generally seem to have always have a hard time. Like we know about this already from reports from Activision, Blizzard back in last year or 2 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was already. And in general, overall, there's so much shit going on in this industry for women and minorities that I would love to say it comes as a surprise. It kind of doesn't come as a surprise, and that's also pissing me off.
yeah. It's really awful what happened, and something in particular happened. I read in one of the articles, we have two up here, and I can't remember which one, and I can't see it, but there was four women and two men had their drinks spiked during a networking event on the evening of March 23rd. The games industry gathering founder Guy Blomberg said, "I'm so very sorry folks had to go through such a horrifying experience. It's absolutely not their fault. I'm furious this not only happened, but that it tends to happen so frequently that it's becoming almost commonplace. It's not fucking okay or acceptable. We are doing everything we can to work with the venue, look through security footage, and reach out to various people." And then a game writer and developer, Lena Van Deventer, said that women at GDC were belittled and undermined in their roles, were hit on relentlessly, and had their drinks spiked by predatory men. And she alleged 2 women were lured up to a hotel room by a man in a position of power for a pitch where he then assaulted them.
I don't understand how, like, sometimes I wonder how fucking sheltered I am that I don't that I'm like that I just think the world can't be such a shit fucking place, right? And then you read shit like that and you wonder how the fuck is this possible that there is such a culture like this where this is just fucking normal? Like, how is this not rare? Like, how is this so frequent in so many areas of the of life and the world that not everybody is screaming with outrage when this happens? I'm just fuck all
Yeah,
of that,
completely.
honestly.
Yeah, it's awful that it's happened, and it's awful that it does seem to be more commonplace. But I am quite hopeful based on GDC organizers did respond, and the article was updated today. So this is like breaking news basically. And they made a statement regarding what happened last week. And I'll read it out. We are very upset to hear that some people, especially women, reported concerning experiences during the GDC week at off-site events, including assault and drink spiking. This is outrageous and unacceptable. Everyone has the right to feel safe. We severely condemn any such behavior and support the victims. We encourage reporting to the police and hope the perpetrators will be found. At the GDC event, we take everyone's safety very seriously. We do our best to provide a secure environment on site. We enforce a strict code of conduct and make sure that the GDC team is available to help participants contact venue security or local law enforcement, provide escorts, or to otherwise assist those experiencing unacceptable behavior to feel safe for the duration of the conference.
I mean, on the one hand, good that there is a statement. On the other hand, imagine them not giving a statement. And imagine them giving any other statement than that one. And
Exactly.
equally, it's no, I guess it's not even just the fault of like the organizers of this event or whatever, or it's probably just it's a general acceptance of and a general state of the world, or like an image of the current state of the world right now, where like women's rights have taken away and seen as less than human again, and trans rights are taken away and seen less than human again, and all these, like, in the midst of all these shit that is going on right now, where some men just think they are superior and they deserve and entitled to whatever they think they are fucking entitled to, which is absolute bullshit. And I guess that's kind of what, yeah. At like, we'll pursue offenders to the end of the earth, but here we are, says Jinx. It's true. Like,
Yeah, we'd like more, but are we expecting too much? But then, and Mani, I just sent this to you on Discord because I forgot that I want to bring this one up as well. This is like a not the exact same situation, and I'm switching gears like very slightly from GDC to esports, and the Resolve Esports team, which are part of the British esports organization. They have a number of trans women on their Rocket League team and a few of their other teams as well. And they were receiving quite a lot of hate for the trans women participating in a women's tournament. And they released a statement that is the standard of what we should be expecting from companies when involved, when receiving any kind of hate or abuse or
Mm-hmm.
allegations. Like this is how companies should respond, I think. And they said, "We at Resolve are hugely disappointed to see a number of transphobic comments directed at our players following our victory in the Radiant Ally Women's Open Tournament. We firmly condemn all forms of abuse, discrimination, and harassment, and believe everyone deserves to be treated with respect, dignity, and equality. We will continue to offer our players any and all support that they require, as well as reporting and blocking all individuals that are contributing to the abuse. There is no place for hate in our community. We'd like to thank all those in the community who have continued to be extremely supportive, and we're incredibly proud of our players' performance and professionalism this weekend."
Love that.
And I think that sets a standard, like
Mm.
saying this is what we will tolerate and this is what we will not tolerate. And hate doesn't belong here. And I think GDC could learn something from that, the organizers,
Mm.
and say like we will not tolerate this. If like people who are found to have done this, like perpetuated this behavior, will not be allowed back to GDC. These are the
Mm.
steps that we are taking to ensure that this doesn't happen in the future.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. It's just so infuriating and demotivating and frustrating all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Like it's 2023.
Honestly, you would. I don't. I still. I just. This is just always has just always been impossible to get straight in my head. How some people think they're superior to others based on literally anything. Like, why the fuck do you think you're better than anyone just because your skin is a different color? Like, you don't go out there. Like, why the fuck do you think you're better than anyone else just because you have, like, you identify as male and whatever? Like, why the fuck are you deserving of anything more than other people? Like, what? And why can't we just let anybody do whatever the fuck they want to do? Like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, obviously. But like, how can you get so involved about other people's business that you need to make laws about this? Like, what? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why is this your cup of tea? If it's not your cup of tea, don't go fucking do it. Like, don't do it. Don't watch it. Don't consume whatever you think is so horrendous. I don't give a fuck what you read. Why do you give a shit what I read and watch? Like, it's none of your
Mm-hmm.
business. Go away. Like, why do people get so into this crap? I just don't get it. I just don't understand. And the self importance of some people, and then just why we treat others like crap based off of it, based off how superior I think I am.
I think you
Bullshit.
just summed up the entire state of the world in that little rant.
Honestly.
Like not
Yeah.
just GDC, not just
No.
uh anything else we've talked about so far. Like Monty's just this is what I think about the entire fucking world. Just
Honestly.
why can no hate, like let's just love each other, let's
What
just move on. And like, do
exactly?
you know that literally our planet is going to be underwater in like just a few years because climate change? And so like there are more things that we can worry about than whatever
I
the fuck
know.
you've got an anger issue about.
Exactly. Then what drag queens are fucking doing anywhere? Now I've read recently, I thought, again, one of those things, again, where I'm like, this is mainly a UK and a US issue. No, it's not. Apparently, some fucking parties here also trying to ban fucking drag shows. And I'm like, what the fuck is even wrong with you people? Like, I don't get it. Like, why do we have issues with this all of a sudden? Because the world because it's public news and now we need to jump on the train because we literally have nothing else to worry about. Who the
Mm-hmm.
fuck are you kidding?
Nazi showing up at gender activist rallies in New Zealand. But I've been very confused by all the news because there's been so much in the last week. But I'm pretty sure that cold soup got thrown on a gender critical activist. And that like so that's kind of cool.
Cold soup?
Cold soup. Yeah.
What?
Somebody was talking like preaching transphobia and hate at a rally got cold soup thrown on her.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's and I think she's coming to Dublin and Belfast, and I'm not sure when, but I think that there's like a push to get a whole bunch of people together with cold soup.
I'm here for throwing cold soup at stupid people.
Yeah.
And I agree. Chink says it's a very ugly cycle or pendulum, and I can only hope we swing the other way again. Yeah, soon.
I
I hope
agree.
so too.
I hope so, and I hope
It's
it's
wild
soon
to watch it
because
happen.
it really is. It really is.
I don't know.
And sorry, tangent again. Speaking of all of the this, like what we've been talking about, Jeremy Clarkson, sorry, my brain actually just totally brain farted on him, on his name. He was it Jeremy Clarkson? Wrote an article for the Sun. No, not the Sun. For the Sunday Times. That's the one. Sunday Times. Um, that came out on Sunday. And Jeremy Clarkson is not, known for his support of women in general. However, he wrote an entire article um, with highlights including think how infuriating it must be to those who really were born in the wrong body. Speaking of trans people, in support of trans people, saying
Wow.
that J.K. Rowling really just enjoys getting into Twitter drama.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
Oh yeah.
I'm
And
convinced
saying
about
like
that.
gay people have always existed, and his history is a wee bit shaky, but he was saying like in the 60s and 70s, like when he was growing up, like gay people always existed, but you didn't know them. But then all of a sudden you did know them. You did have a friend, or and these celebrities are coming out, and he's like, I never tried the gay thing, but maybe I should have. And like I'm not
Sorry.
sure that he is the role model that we deserve, but maybe he's one that we need right now because a lot of right wingers actually really like Jeremy Clarkson, and like
Mm,
this is our timeline. And as Liz just said in chat, like what timeline are we in that Jeremy Clarkson is defending queer rights? And I don't know.
I have no idea who this guy is, but it sounds fascinating.
Yeah, he was the host of Top Gear. Like I don't know if you know that. It's a British
No.
car show, British like racing show talking about cars and
Whatever.
stuff. I don't know. And he's he's not a great person. Doesn't really like women, but apparently he likes the gays, and he's all like, yeah, trans rights, like cool.
I mean, I actually love that I love that for once. Like I don't love that, but I just I
And like
still think
I read.
somehow that that
Sorry, go
that
ahead.
that that is just a small, like, my hope is, I don't know if that's right. My hope, and I hope that's right, but I probably am not right. My hope is that it's just a small group of people, that it's just really fucking loud, that makes it seem like it's the majority of people that are all so right-winged and also anti-everything and also anti-human rights and whatever. Then that's why it seems so depressing, because it's so loud, but maybe they're just a few. That doesn't make it better because they are so loud, but maybe it's not everyone. You know, my hope is that it is not everyone. Maybe most of the people don't give a shit, and most of the people, if they'll like, I also think it's just not affecting a lot of people in their personal life, so they have maybe no opinion or not enough involvement because of the lack of contact. And if they would have had contact, they would just be on the side anyway, but it doesn't feel like an important issue for them because they are not affected. Which doesn't mean that just because it doesn't affect you, you can't have an opinion on it, or you shouldn't stand up for it or whatever. But again, everybody picks their battle in their in life, and sometimes this is not on the agenda for everyone. So that's just maybe my hope, is that there are more people who are not actually bad people, and the bad people are just really fucking loud, which is annoying and depressing, and it sucks. But maybe it's not many of them. I don't know. I just don't know. It's just me telling myself the world is not as bad as it is. I don't know.
I really hope and wish that that is the case, that it's just a very, very loud, vocal minority of people.
Yeah.
But I, I don't know. I am not hopeful that that is correct.
No. I know.
Um,
So it's so
but I
upsetting.
mean, it makes sense. Like I like to think that you're right. I like to think that it is just this vocal, very, very loud and vocal minority of people.
Because also what
Um,
I think we don't always see in all of this is like all the people that go vote, like there are so many people that don't go and don't vote on things, right? They don't go vote because they're so annoyed by the government, they feel so not represented, they don't see how it makes any sense to go vote. So I'd say 50% of the people already don't go and vote, right? So then you have the other 50% of those, and then from that the decisions for everyone are made. And that's just when I think the entire problem kind of starts or happens, because maybe the 50% that don't do anything would have great opinions. They're just so frustrated by everything that's going on, which is really understandable, but also really annoying that you're
mhm.
like that. But it's so hard to have faith in politics when they're fucking us over so hard every time. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. This is a totally wide tangent from the GDC article now, but
Oh
here
yeah,
we
that's what
are.
we were talking about.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, I think everything that we have said is very relevant, very Geek Girl in the news.
Yeah.
So like, enjoy this little rant.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we, I don't
Yeah.
know, all need to be more vocal about things. I don't know. I don't know. But then life is such a struggle. Like it's all I don't know. The world is a mess and
It's
we
a
are all
big
a
fucking
mess,
mess.
and
Yeah.
sometimes you just want to make it out on the other side of bullshit.
Sometimes it's just like it's enough if you get through the day,
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
Like
No, and it's so
just
much
in
responsibility. It feels like such a heavy burden to carry. Like, how can you just see all the misery and you don't know what to do about it? And then you just like immobile and like frozen, and you can't, and I don't know the right word right now, but you know what I mean. Like, it just, there's
yeah.
just no way of doing more to it. Yeah. As Jinx said, to stop watching the news and reading Twitter is just too much. And I also think Twitter is just made to make you feel horrible. And then even more
Especially
so
now.
now than it was
Hmm
before. Like it was always, but I notice myself when I go on it, I already feel shit opening it. And then I close it immediately because I know I don't want to see it, but the habit is so there that I still open it
hmm
regularly. But we can't, like, it's just so difficult to deal with the world sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I haven't watched the news since I was in Canada with my mom, and then when my
Mm.
dad was still alive, like my dad watched the news with breakfast, with lunch,
Oh,
with dinner,
wow.
and when he went to bed. Like my dad was obsessed with watching the news, so we watched it a lot. And like so I don't watch the news here. Like I get my news from Discord and from Twitter, like really
Mm.
really healthy, super healthy.
Yeah.
Um but
Yeah. Too.
but when I went to Florida, in February there, and mom would watch the news probably once a day. She's not as obsessed as my dad was. Um, but like already, my mental health wasn't great in Florida. Like a lot went on, and like it wasn't great. But like watching the news with her, I was depressed afterwards. Like I was just like, this is just adding to it, and really, really felt a difference negatively to my mental health. Um,
Mm.
so I'm very glad to be back in my house where there is no news.
Yeah.
Like we don't watch live news,
It's so
right?
difficult. Like, I sometimes have such a hard time trying to, like, it's so difficult because on the one hand, I think that, but like my brain just went 1,000 miles per second right now. So I think on the one hand, it's important to know what the fuck is going on in the world. On the other hand, there's so much information out there and so much news out there, and everything is breaking news and everything is horrible. So you can't keep up with it without feeling absolutely horrible about it, right?
Mhm.
So then also getting news from other sources, I also question at times because you can't get all the information from social media because holy shit, what the fuck is happening? Look at all those people getting all their information from Facebook where it's not checked, and then they think, believe bullshit. But also you can't really trust regular news outlets anymore, like more so in special some countries than others maybe. But then on the other hand, I think news reporters do have the responsibility to be as neutral as possible. So it's just, where the fuck do you even get information from that's like necessary and important and still healthy for you without it being so overwhelming? Like, there's so, like, you can't, how the fuck to even handle all of that?
Mhm.
Yeah, and
And
even
as
news isn't news sometimes. Like, not everything is breaking fucking news, is it? Like, somebody
exactly.
shat on the corner of breaking news.
Yeah, and as Jad said in our Twitch chat, even the positive news is like teacher builds incredible classroom, spends entire salary due to no funding. And like that's not good news.
Yeah.
That's like devastating news that teachers and schools aren't getting funded. Like these good news stories are not the feel good stories that, that they're put out to be. They're just not. Um, and it's really sad and frustrating that capitalism makes us be like, oh, look, this teacher's great. Like, oh, look, this doctor's great. Or, oh, look, this person crowdfunded all of their cancer funding treatment. And it's like,
It should
that's
not
not
be
good
crowdfunding a
news.
fucking
That
cancer fucking treatment. They should get fucking paid by the fucking health insurance that you fucking paid for all your fucking life.
exactly. Exactly. Sorry, we have a guest.
Hi, Kit Kat. Kit Kat feels that you're upset and is coming to calm you down.
Just upset at the state of the world, Kit Kat.
Honestly, state of the world is a fucking mess.
Mhm. But I think we should skip the next article that we had on and go into some good news here because
Yes, let's
yeah.
do it.
And I'm just gonna change the article order here on the fly, Money, so keep up with me.
Yep.
Someone who is doing some good things in the United States is a Nebraska senator who has been filibustering for weeks for trans rights.
Love
So
that.
Senator Michaela Cavanaugh has been filibustering for, oh gosh, I don't actually know exactly when she started, but it has been literal weeks, and no bills in Nebraska are getting to go through, getting proposed, getting anything because she is domineering the stage for weeks regarding these anti-trans bills. Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Because she's like, filibustering is something that is very specific for the US, right? So it's not
Mhm.
something that is very known in other. And the way I understand filibustering is that they need to stay on this stand for as long as they can for nothing else to be able to be brought up. Does this mean this person is standing on this stand 3 weeks without sleeping in it? Like, she can't not sleep, is it? Like, how does this work?
So I think I
Or is it
and
that,
if
there is the end of the day where she then stops and then she starts again the next morning because she still understands? Is that how it works?
Okay, so yes, and as Gemma says, it depends on the situation, and I will tell you how I understand it. And if somebody
Okay,
in our chat knows better than me, please let me know because I am not
perfect.
like all up on American politics. Um, so it works. It's either like if there is something grand going on that like yes, it's the entire time, no sleeping, no peeing, like you cannot leave that podium, you cannot leave that stand to stop your filibuster. I think in the case of Kavanaugh right now, that there is a start and end time to the days that the debates are going
Okay.
on, and that the laws are being proposed. Um, because I mean that would be a really long time not to pee.
I
Did you have
know,
a
that's why
bucket?
I'm thinking, but I only see that from like movies and shit, so it's obviously way more exaggerated there than it probably is in real life. That doesn't mean that 3 weeks on the stand speaking about whatever fucking shit. She talked about the movie Madagascar and the content of it, and she didn't even remember that, which I think is hilarious at the same time.
Yeah, because all it takes to filibuster is like you just get up there and you don't stop talking.
Yeah.
And like that is damn impressive to do that. Um, for 3 weeks. Okay, and Gemma in chat, thank you so much, is given a little bit more information here. She said the rules are different in different situations. Sometimes it's continuous without sitting or eating or repeating yourself.
Holy
Sometimes it's the
shit.
entire time the session is active, and you can't repeat yourself. And like that's like a big thing. Like no
What does
repeating.
that mean you can't repeat yourself? So you can't start by saying the same thing you said like last week.
Hmm.
Holy shit. I wouldn't even have the brain power to do this because I wouldn't don't remember what I said 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I know.
Fucking
Yeah, I
hell.
know. So like these are big things. Sorry, do you want out?
I love that. I love that though. Like this is we need more people like this.
Hmm. Um, yeah, so she has been going for 3 weeks to stop the advancement of a hateful anti-trans bill that would ban gender-affirming care for Nebraskan residents under 19. So she's doing it for trans kids.
Love that.
Um, and because she's been filibustering, she has paused debate on every single bill before the body because she hasn't stopped talking. She hasn't stopped filibustering this law. Um, so that is like anti-abortion bill, anti-LGBTQ bills, the bill to take away gender-affirming care, um, and not only that, it's like any other bills that Nebraska wants to put in place. So what this is proving is that this anti-trans bill is more important for Nebraskan lawmakers to put through than anything else. Like basically any government decisions and government laws is less important than gender affirming care for trans youth in their eyes. And I don't know. I hope she wins.
How long would this need to go on for? Does anybody know this? Like, how long would she need to sit there until they say they're not pushing it through anymore, or they're not speaking about this, or is there a, I don't know, until the session
And
expires?
until
Says
the session
Gemma.
expires. And I will quote from this article from the Mary Sue, and I will quote Calvin herself. I will burn this session to the ground. I have nothing but time, and I am going to use all of it.
I love that. I have nothing but time.
Yeah.
I love that she's putting it to great use.
Yeah. So
She also said something like, I'm the most petty. Do not say hi to me in the halls. Do not drop by my office. I
yeah.
think she's
And she said as
incredible.
well, I will not give up on Nebraska's children. Failure isn't an option because if I fail, I'm failing children, and I'm not going to fail children.
Aww.
Like, I just love her. I didn't know about her before this filibuster, but it has been making news for all of the right reasons. Like,
Mm,
this is the kind of lawmakers and senators and people in politics that I can really get behind and really support.
love that. Really
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, and as Gemma says, and I love this, they waste the right wing people who are putting these anti-trans and anti-everything bills in place. They waste our time all the time. So we're ready for bigots to have their time wasted back. And I
Yeah.
agree with you, Gemma. Gemma is tired of retreating to the moral high ground. I want all the low-lying areas to. Hell yes. Yeah.
I love
So
that.
in other
She's
good
the real
news,
hero, let's be
she
honest.
is. She is. And in other good news, making some positive changes. Wolf whistling, catcalling, and other forms of street harassment are set to become illegal in the UK.
It's about damn time.
About damn time.
Imminent.
So the bill
Anyway.
has been passed on or is ready to go to the House of Lords for final deliberation and passing of it. And it will include deliberately walking closely behind someone as they walk home at night, making obscene and aggressive comments towards a person in the street, making obscene or offensive gestures towards a person in the street, obstructing someone's path, driving or riding a vehicle slowly near someone making a journey.
Interesting.
It's called the
Does that mean I
Sex-Based
can't?
Harassment in Public Bill.
What is wolf whistling? It's like the. Okay. And cat
Sorry if that
calling
took
is
everyone's
just.
ears off.
And cat calling is just calling like, "Hey, pretty, blah blah
Hey,
blah," some shit
baby,
like.
look at that booty.
Okay. I just needed to get the words
That
straight.
was terrible. I would be a terrible cat caller.
Yeah, it wasn't so great.
Or maybe like, oh, Amanda, say that to me again. I'll come closer. Sorry, it's terrible trying to make jokes like that, but
Yeah, no.
yeah, no.
But I love that. I think
No,
we're
it's great.
like people underestimate the like I think so many once again don't think this is all too serious, but it is very fucking serious because why the fuck are we commenting on anyone walking the street? Like what the fuck is wrong with you? And it's not flattering. Like it's not a night like I say that as if I knew what it feels like. I don't think it would be flattering to me. But and it's just yeah. I don't know. I just think it's underrated how annoying and harmful and unsafe
And
it
dangerous
makes
as
you feel
well.
and
I mean,
dangerous. Yeah.
every 3 days, a woman is murdered by a man.
Yeah. Great.
And many of them have been followed home. Many of them have had men walk closely behind them. Like we talked about Sarah Everard 2 years. Oh my goodness, that was 2 years ago. Um, who was kidnapped, raped, and murdered by an actual police officer from the Met. Um, and like that sparked a lot of, as it should, vi vigils. That word was not coming to my brain. Sorry, vigils and pushback from women, like rightly so, demanding safe streets and like laws put in place to stop or to deter this behavior. And of course, we had Boris Johnson in power at the time, and he said that the police should focus on the very real crimes and persecute people for crimes that we have on the statute book. If you simply widen the scope of what you ask the police to do, will increase the problem. Misogyny isn't a hate crime. Oh, he's such a dick.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's not news.
No, that's not news. Sorry, this is only about news, not about shitty people.
This is actual year-long known facts.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a good step. It's a step in the right direction, and I hope that it does get through the House of Lords because it's going to hopefully make a big difference to the safety of women on the streets.
Yeah. And I think sometimes it takes like you need laws in place for things to change the perception of things as well. Like if there are not like the same thing the other way around when you need to remove the law, like when it was illegal to be in a gay relationship, like you need to remove those laws to remove the stigma. So that's why you need to put laws into place to also create and make obvious that this is not okay and that this is an issue, right? So yeah. Good on you, UK, for once.
Yeah,
because everything
for
else
once,
is
like for
anyway.
I don't think we've ever said good on you, UK, in like all 4 years that we've been doing this. So like, hey, this is a moment. Good on you, UK.
Good on you, UK. It's true.
Okay. We're gonna end this episode with some happy, feel-good pop culture stories. Because we deserve them, and we got to get some like real geek girl goodness in here.
It's true. It's also pretty funny that it comes up after our last episode where we actually talked about them for a
True.
second.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to do the honors?
Which is the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are reuniting on Netflix. So they will be back. But on Netflix this time. That's kind of even more hilarious, to be honest, to me at least. And I can't even tell you why.
I know. It's a revival special called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. And it's going to be on Netflix on April 19th. So, like, happy birthday to me.
That's so soon also.
So, fuck, I know. And it is the 30-year anniversary special. Like, sorry, the fact that it's 30 years old is blowing my mind.
Also
like, I remember
way older.
So old, little 7-year-old Mando curled up watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like, this was the best thing ever. And it's 30 years.
It also seems to be featuring, and that also blows my mind, the original cast in parts. So it's starring the original Blue Ranger, Billy Cranston, played by David Yost, and the original Black Ranger, Zach Taylor, played by Walter E. Jones.
Yeah.
Also from the original cast will be Barbara Goodson, who will play the voice of the villain Rita Repulsa.
Mm-hmm. And
Wild.
Catherine Sutherland, who was the second actor to play the Pink Power Ranger. And some Steve Cardenas with the second Red Ranger, and Karen Ashley, who's going to play the second, or who had played the second Yellow Ranger. So basically loads of originals, like some of the originals and some of the second generation Power Rangers, because there has been a lot of people playing them over the years. And obviously with the death of the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank, in November last year, he no news has come out of who is going to be playing the Green Ranger, or how they're going to honor him in that way. I don't know.
So wild.
So I don't know. I'm gonna watch this because I was very into Power Rangers when I was a kid, and
it's just one of those where I don't have a lot of recollection of, and I think I've seen a few, but I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about any story. I just kind of knew they existed and that there were figurines and stuff, but I don't think I actively watched them. But at the same time, how fun! It's just so weird
I only watched
see,
the
like,
first
reboots
one
of all the old things again.
I know, and like, I just want to say again, like, it's 30 years old. Like, oh my god!
Shut up.
Oh god, I feel so old.
Honestly.
I remember when this came out.
Yeah. So definitely having a watch just for the sake of it, for the shits and giggles.
Yep.
But then in another great news.
Yeah.
One of our favorites. Like, I think he's one of my favorites. Like, Daniel Radcliffe.
We're gonna preface this. We still love the actors and actresses who were in Harry Potter.
I mean, obviously. Because they, unlike other people, are good people. And so we can praise them. And also, I mean, they've done great stuff after all of this as well. Like, it's not that, I mean, Rupert Grint bought an ice cream truck. I mean, for that alone, he needs to get a fucking medal. Emma Watson is just a feminist icon in and of itself. And Daniel Radcliffe just made so many fucking ridiculous movies that you just have to love him for the sake of it. My boyfriend the other time was like, I didn't even know, I just knew him from that other, I didn't even know he was in, like, he knew he was in the Harry Potter movies, but he never really, he just knew him from some movie where he had guns as hands. And I was like, it's so wild that you've watched him in some other role and associated him with something else. But he's just so, he's as Gemma says, he's the best weirdo. It's true. He's such a weird one. And he's becoming a daddy. Not the gay kind of daddy, but a daddy. Because I feel I need to say this because with Pedro Pascal being a daddy and so many people being daddies, I feel we need to be clear about the fact that his
I mean, that's a
girlfriend
really good
is
point.
having a child very soon, and he made it. I guess. I mean, I'm not sure, but I mean, I guess so. They are expecting.
Yes,
And
it's
we're here
great
for it.
news. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been together for 10 years,
So
I
long.
think.
She's also quite old. Well, quite old. She's older as him. I had no idea. I googled this the other day.
There you go.
And also, it blows my fucking mind he's over 30. That's also the next thing where I feel like, holy shit, everybody's
Yeah, like,
so
hey, we're
old.
so old. Yeah. So we're very happy for Daniel Radcliffe and his growing little family. And our other Harry Potter child actor news that we're quite excited about, well, I'm maybe more excited about than Bonnie, I'm not sure, is Bonnie Wright, who played Ginny Weasley, is starting a TV show with Instagram famous drag queen, outdoor enthusiast, outdoor activist, Patagonia, where they're going to be traveling up and down the West Coast talking to other queer outdoor activists across the coast and recording it, making a television show, and it's going to be amazing. It's
I'm
going to be
excited
amazing.
about that.
And Patagonia
I
will be
actually,
both in and out of drag.
I
And
actually
they're
thought when you
currently
sent me
talking.
that, they're going to make a reboot of Captain Planet.
Oh my gosh,
I was
that'd be
so
amazing.
confused.
Yeah. No, Todd. Sorry. I said other queer people. I don't actually know if she's queer. But the plan is that they're talking to intersectional outdoor activists across the west coast of the U.S. Including queer folks and black folks and people that aren't just straight white folks doing all the good things for the outdoors.
Love that.
So it's was just announced on Instagram yesterday, so it's like brand new news as well. There's not too much out about it, but they are currently filming, and I just think this is awesome. Like I really like this.
Yeah, love that. I just Wikipedia that she's vegetarian and married to her long-term boyfriend. That doesn't mean she's not queer, but it doesn't say anything.
True. True. So we will, of course, be watching this space. I mean, very excited that Patagonia is like starting a TV show. I don't know if you know them, but they are like phenomenal. Just wonderful.
I shall find out more about them.
Yeah, I think everyone should. All right, I'll let the crybaby in, or she wouldn't stop crying. Everyone should follow Patagonia on Instagram for what they're doing in outdoor activism.
Love that.
So yeah. We will of course be dropping links to every single article, Twitch story, Twitter update, Patagonia's Instagram, all of the things. We'll stick it all in the show notes, which you can find on your favorite podcast player or right on our website, geekherring.com, not heekherring.
Geekherring.
Geekherring.com.
Geekherring. Perfect. Thank you so much for tuning in this week, and we see you again next week for another amazing episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't lick me.
That was still on there. I love that for us. Cool beans. Oh, sorry.
Thanks,
I
friends.
just moved your face away. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And thanks everyone here so much. Y'all the best.
Thank you for tuning in and being here and watching all our shit.
Yeah. And Gemma, I really like ending these episodes on good news as well. Yeah.
Honestly. The world can't be shit all the time.
No. We have to celebrate the good with the shit stuff.
I'm against it.
Against what?
I'm against always making bad news.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Always be bad news.
And we want real good news stories, not like a teacher funded her entire
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Paid for everything herself, did something great, and paid it all of her own money. Yay.
Exactly. Yay.
Okay. Should we
Okay.
raid Nicholas? How about
Yes, that's exactly who I was thinking.
cool beans? Wait, what's the GX? Perfect. Wait, what is it? GH raid?
Yep.
Yay. Wonderful. Cool beans. Thank
Cool
you so
beans.
much for being here, everyone.
Thanks, friends. Love your faces.
We will be when is the next?
Next,
The
we
next
have
show is Whack on Wednesday next week.
Whack on Wednesday. No, this week. Tomorrow. Whack tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Whack
Whack tomorrow.
Woohoo!
So come
Because
join and
on their
do
new
Whack
day, because they have changed to alternate Wednesdays
Yes, tomorrow.
instead of alternate Mondays.
Whacking off tomorrow, exactly.
Whacking off tomorrow.
So tune in tomorrow from Canada and the UK, and then 2 weeks later it will be UK only episode, isn't it?
Can you believe that?
Can you believe it? I can't. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. And just a forewarning, Nicholas is playing Resident Evil 4. Might be a scary one.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, friends. Love your faces. Bye.
Bye.